1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Test 1, 2, test.
All right, it's 7:30 on this Thursday night. That means it's time to find out if you like it or not. I'm producer Chris, and tonight we are talking about everything from early bird specials to Thanksgiving sides, because 2 weeks away, that's your reminder right now, or warning, depending on how prepared you are. AI music, and we're going to get DJ's impression and opinion on that one. And then we're going to talk about much more. So let's dive right in and talk about how you can join us live to weigh in on all of these topics and more. We're streaming, so as you know, there are a lot of different ways that you can join the conversation. If you're watching on our YouTube channel right now, you can leave some comments. We'll go ahead and we'll check those coming up in just a little bit. If you're watching on our website, or if you're watching Fox Local Mobile on your phone and you want to join the Zoom room, I have a link to it on my Instagram page, Fox 5 Producer Chris. It's pinned at the top. Also, Fox 5 Producer Chris on TikTok. That's where we are live behind the scenes right now. Pam Sue just got the #1 gifter badge, so shout out to Pam Sue for that. Last but not least, if you're watching on your TV, on the Fox Local app on your TV, your connected TV, and you want to make it a 2-screen experience, grab your phone, scan the QR code, come on into the Lion Zoom room, turn your camera on, and get your hot takes ready. We'll say hello to everyone in the Zoom room, our virtual co-host coming up here in just a second. First, though, we have to say hello to my in-studio one. Please welcome from Lit 106, Khadijah Corey, media personality, back once again. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, we're here. I'm excited.
What's new since the last time we saw you? I believe you were either just coming from or going to homecoming.
Yes, I was coming from homecoming.
Okay.
Got honored for 40 for 40.
That's right.
But what's new? The weather. It's cold.
Yeah,
it's freezing.
got a little chillier
Ready for my
since then.
hot cocoa, my chai tea. Yeah, it's freezing.
2 weeks out. Are you ready for Thanksgiving?
I am super ready. I just love the feeling of being around family, friends, and just connection, and eating so good.
Okay, do you have a favorite side? Don't tell us what it is yet, but do you have a #1 side that you absolutely need?
I have 2, but absolutely.
Oh, 2. Okay,
absolutely.
Great. All right, hold on to that thought. We'll get to it in just a second.
Okay,
You ready to dive in?
let's do it.
All right, let's do it. We're starting out tonight, just like we did last night, though, and we're talking about dining out, because apparently our habits have been changing. And there's a couple new studies out that really reinforce this. And they're changing for the earlier, is what we're talking about tonight. The early bird special, no longer just for the retirement crowd, apparently. Take a step up. More and more young people are now having dinner before the sun sets. That's what they say. Okay. More and more young people having dinner before the sun sets. According to Open Table data, 53% of Zoomers and 51% of millennials prefer early reservations. 5 p.m. dining was up 11% over the first 6 months of this year compared to last year. 6 p.m. reservations rose just 8% during the same period. In New York City, the city that allegedly never sleeps, 5 p.m. dining jumped 20% this year alone. Experts say there are a few different reasons possible for this trend: a return to the office, shifting health and wellness priorities, and some say strategy is involved because historically it has been easier to get a reservation at an in-demand restaurant if you go a little earlier. So, Khadijah, eating at 5 p.m., 2.5 hours before this show even starts. Do you like that or not?
Okay, so I feel like I'm in the middle.
Okay.
Only because I get the health concern. A lot of people don't eat late anymore anyway.
Yeah, right before you go to bed. It's really historically bad for you.
You're right. It just gives a lot of big back energy if you're just eating late night snacking. But I definitely do agree with getting an early reservation because sometimes you go in late, the kitchen's getting ready to close. So now I gotta speed up and rush my meal and not enjoy the ambiance. So do I like it? Yeah, I'm gonna go with I like it. Okay. Earlier reservation.
She likes the earlier reservation. David is sometimes dining while he watches this show, but he's in a different. You're in a different time zone, right? So what time is it there?
It is 5:34.
5:34
out here in Colorado.
So sometimes you are having a little meal around this time, correct?
Yeah, I like to eat a little earlier than maybe most of the people watch your show. I don't know.
So do you like the idea of making reservations when you go out on the early side?
When you explain that it could be strategic and people are trying to get into high traffic restaurants sooner, that makes sense to me. I like that idea. I couldn't explain it otherwise, you know. I like to eat dinner. It's gotten earlier over the years. It used to be 6:30. Now I like to eat it at 6. You know?
Okay.
Allison, how about you? Now, my problem with this is, as a former morning show person who spent years going to bed a little earlier than most people, 5 o'clock was my sweet spot. It was my sweet spot. And now if everyone's trying to do it, I don't need that competition.
Right, right.
Yeah, I'd say for one, I'm a late eater. I like to eat late, and I don't even eat dinner. I just have snacks at night.
Okay.
But if something like this could save some time or some money for anybody, I think it would be, a decent idea. Why not?
Yeah.
Chad, how about you? What's a normal dinner time reservation for Chad and Laura?
See, I understand getting the early reservation, but if we have dinner at 5 o'clock, that's going to lead to second dinner at 9 or 10.
That is the danger. This is for disciplined
we're night
people.
owls. She's going to hate that I'm doing this, but
Eating
as she's
we speak.
eating.
What's for dinner tonight? What is that, a bowl of oatmeal?
ramen.
Okay, all right.
It's a little chilly outside. This is the perfect time of year for it. All right, we're going to stay on the topic of dining out, though.
Okay.
But this time, the other new trend is dining with strangers. It's not as weird as you sound. A separate new Resi survey found that 90% of Gen Zers say they enjoy dining at communal tables, compared to just 60% of baby boomers. But that's still pretty high. Half of respondents say they've had interesting conversations with someone they otherwise would not have had while dining at a communal table. 1 in 3 have made a new friend, and 1 in 7 say they have even scored a date out of something like this. So, Khadijah, do you like this or not?
I don't really have an issue with it, actually. I definitely know those big counter tabletops where it's like you just sat me here by myself and now I know people would join. I definitely see the value in meeting new people, kind of communicating, and just picking other people's brains, just people you would never really talk to in real life. So maybe at the bar it kind of gives that, it gives that more of that communal, that sit down place. But when I'm kind of eating dinner by myself and maybe I want to be by myself or maybe I don't want to talk to people, then maybe just sit me back with the 2-seater instead of the 6. But I don't have a problem with it.
Oh, Maria is joining us in the Lion Zoom room tonight. Oh, Maria, thanks so much for joining us.
Yes, my pleasure. When I think communal tables, I think unsubscribe me.
Interesting.
I do not want to. If I go to an event,
Okay.
and I would not go to the group of people at an event, why would I be eating a meal that's meant to relax me and have me just chilling out with strangers?
Right.
Okay. I saw,
Make it make sense.
I saw Brent cheering when you said that, so I feel like he agrees with you.
Yes, sir. Because I mean, you don't know how the people's hygiene are and how they may
Okay.
act at the table, and it may mess your appetite up. That's what I was thinking.
Very, very valid points. I think I
It's good for everybody else, but
I think I like this more for the idea of like, you know, what am I trying to think of? There's like German beer halls
Yeah.
where they just have like long
Long
tables.
tables, right.
For drinking, I think, you know, you're probably more apt to like then socialize. Yeah, for sure. But David, I'm going to come back to you for a second because I'm curious what you think. I've had the experience where if I'm in one of those like little tables and there's like a little table here and a little table here, you end up in the sort of situation where you and the person you're dining with are just eavesdropping on people
people's
the
conversations.
entire evening instead of actually concentrating on each other. And I feel like the communal table just takes this to the nth degree.
Or worse yet, Chris, when you're sit so close to other people, you know, that you can't even back your seat up to get out of your chair without
Yeah.
bumping into someone.
Yeah.
Or they bump into you, you know?
Yeah.
I've been in that sort of situation too.
Quick story for you, Chris. The beer tent you're describing, you know, German style. That's how they kind of do it in Germany in all restaurants. And I used to live in Germany for a couple years, and one time my nephew and I, who was visiting, we went to this one restaurant during Fasching, which is it's Mardi Gras, you know, basically. But they all wear these masks. We walk into this restaurant, and it's like that scene from. Animal House when
that too.
They want like
be much weirder.
Where record scratch, music stops, everyone goes dead silent, and 50 people all with these masks all turn to us and just look.
Yeah.
And we sat down and took a seat with one of them and started eating.
Oh, there you go. But that you just described literally my nightmare. That's literally my worst fear. All right. Speaking of eating, like I said at the top of the show, this is your warning/reminder that Thanksgiving is 2 weeks from today, this Thursday, and that means it's time to talk Thanksgiving sides.
Let's do
Well,
it.
specifically sides. Campbell's just released their annual State of the Sides report. They do it every year, and it crowns stuffing the top side dish.
Absolutely.
42 states, in fact, ranked it number one. Mashed potatoes took up the runner-up spot. Sweet potatoes, mac and cheese, and green bean casserole rounded out the top five. And while the majority of people said they love traditional sides, they were equally open to trying something new. So, Khadijah, stuffing number one. Do you like this or not? I'm guessing by that side egg.
No, absolutely not. I don't know who ranked that. Like, that is crazy. It should automatically be macaroni and cheese or candy yams.
Correct. Okay.
Simple.
Definitely the macaroni and cheese.
Simple.
Now, I've got a. My hot take on this is gravy should count as a side because everything on my plate is going to inevitably taste like it because I am going to put it on everything. A little bit of justice for the cranberry sauce, though. I know it's not super popular, but it is absolutely a one-time-of-year thing for me.
Right.
So I also, I've adopted Brussels sprouts recently.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of the green bean casserole.
Okay,
Allison,
neither
what
am
about
I.
you? What about you?
Oh, I love them all, Chris. I'm a foodaholic. I like all of the foods. But if I had to choose one, I would say I make a dish called corn pudding, and my children love it. It's really good.
Okay, yeah, that sounds absolutely perfect. Jess is back in the Lion Zoom room tonight. Jess, we're talking Thanksgiving sides. Do you have a favorite?
Mac and cheese.
Mac and
I
cheese.
love mac and cheese, and like she said, like you said, putting gravy and everything. I fall into that category too. I love a little bit of gravy on everything, except for the cranberry sauce.
Yeah, except for the cranberry sauce. Chad, don't get all healthy on me now. What is your go-to?
So Picture this: Grandma's Thanksgiving. Her mashed potatoes were like you can't recreate it. I think they were like six sticks of butter. But at the center of my plate would be a giant heaping pile of mashed potatoes with like a volcano of gravy that would seep down to the turkey and the stuffing. So I can't. I'm drooling.
Yeah, he's ready for it. He's ready for it.
I'm ready.
Oh, Maria, do you have any favorite sides? Anything we haven't listed? I haven't heard anybody mention like dinner rolls or anything. Doesn't that count as a side too?
I think so. Is it possible to have a beverage as a side?
I mean, I'm not gonna judge.
I know it's for like the winter time. I love eggnog.
Okay.
Is it Thanksgiving fitting?
They probably have it at the stores right now, right?
Yeah.
Listen,
I would say eggnog. Or other than that, mashed potatoes and a lot of
yeah,
gravy.
Definitely mashed
absolutely.
potatoes.
I think
A
we
lot.
can all agree
Yeah.
on that. But yeah, the mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Oh,
I still just don't know how stuffing is number one.
I'm shocked.
I
by
just
that.
don't understand
Another
it.
thing I think people just only have the one time a year, so it's the first thing they think of. All right, speaking of holiday gatherings, this is one that I saw, a debate in the Washington Post. It was in the Miss Manners section, and I'm curious about everyone's opinion on this. A woman wants to know if a like counts as a proper RSVP. It's a debate between she and her husband. She writes that she, quote, sent out digital invitation for her son's birthday party and requested people RSVP to me. Many of his family members liked the digital invitation, but did not specifically respond as to whether or not they were attending. I told my husband that no one from his family had responded, but he thinks the fact that they liked the invitation counts as their RSVP. I don't agree with this, especially since there are families being invited with children who do not have their own phones to like the invitation. So, Khadijah, liking the invitation, does it count as an RSVP?
No.
Or is it just an acknowledgement that you saw
That you
it?
saw the message. That's exactly what that is. Liking the message just lets me know that you received it. It does not require, or it does not say RSVP. People are paying money. People are reserving plates and seats and the location and holding the capacity of people. It's etiquette to properly RSVP. Yes. No, and even if you do a maybe, okay, but let's go back and still yes or no. Liking the message doesn't let me know that you read it. It doesn't let me know that you opened it. What are the details? Where is it located? I don't agree with this one. I don't like this one.
Interesting. So she's
RSVP,
she's
please.
team wife on this one.
Please.
Allison, how about you?
Yeah, definitely team wife. And I'm sorry to again attack your species, Chris, but sometimes men just have communication issues.
Yeah.
Like, why would you think that that means that it's going to be an RSVP? That's insane. It could be, oh, I'm happy that you're having a party. It could mean that, but it definitely is not an RSVP.
Yeah.
Agree, Allison.
I mean, all right, so let's get a guy's opinion on this one. Jess, I'm coming back to you. Oh, Brent, I'm coming back to you first. Does liking the invitation count as an RSVP in your book?
No, I completely agree with all y'all because it's just an acknowledgement.
Exactly.
It's just like a social media post. It's not actually responding to whatever the request is.
Exactly.
I agree with everybody, but Jess, I have to ask, have you ever been guilty of doing that, though, of just liking the invitation and not actually RSVPing?
No, like I said, I agree with everybody. That's just, you just gotta what people's reading. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's just what people's reading. It's not a thing.
Yeah.
And
I
to
don't think about-
actually go to what you just said, I'm guilty of it.
Yeah,
I've
I'm
liked
definitely
it,
guilty of
but
it.
that means I've missed the event and it already happened, and I'm like, darn, if I would RSVP, I would have got all the
You
alerts.
would have gotten the reminders.
I would've got the
That's the
alerts.
beauty of the electronic RSVP is that it reminds you about the event instead of just having to put it on your refrigerator or
Exactly.
in your calendar,
Exactly.
God forbid. Let's talk about
Exactly.
traveling now.
Ooh, that's my
If
favorite.
you booked a quote-unquote window seat on a flight,
Okay.
should you have a seat next to a window?
Yes.
That is the debate we are talking about tonight. She says yes. United Airlines says no, and it's literally in court over this right now. It's defending its so-called windowless window seats in a court of law. It filed a motion to dismiss a lawsuit this week, arguing that the term window seat only means a seat next to the cabin wall, not necessarily one with a window or a view. Passengers sued United and Delta, separate lawsuits back in August, accusing them of charging more for window seats without warning that it did not come with an exterior view. They maintain the term window seat, and by they I mean the airlines maintain the term window seat refers to the position of the seat. So Khadijah, getting charged for a windowless window seat.
Without a window.
Do you like this or not?
I don't like that. I mean, I get it. Honestly, see, I go up to the counter and I'm like, hey, can I make sure I have a window seat?
Okay.
That's me. So I can make sure I have my window seat.
you want
Because
a
I'm one
window.
of those content girlies. I need to get the camera. I want to give me the window. I need the view. Yeah.
David, how about you? Are you Team United and Delta, or are you Team Passengers on this one?
I gotta be team passengers, but I want to tell you, this shows what a great country we are. You're gonna fly on a plane. This girl buys a window seat. The seat does not have a window.
Nope.
And then you sue. It's a great country.
Yeah. Oh, Maria, would you be upset if you had paid for a window seat and there was not a window next to you?
I would be livid.
Yeah,
I would
exactly.
be, why is it called a window seat?
With no
There's
window.
Just call it a seat. It's like a shoestring. That's a string, but there's no shoe.
But there's no shoe.
It's a rope.
I fully anticipate the next time after this case is settled that we will log on and they will have changed the reference to what that seat is.
And you know, it makes me think of when you buy a concert seat.
It will be called a cabin wall seat.
Right. It makes me think of when you buy a concert seat, it has the eye with the slash in it to let you know that there's no vision there if you sit
An
there.
obstructed view.
Right,
is what they
exactly.
call
So
that.
that's what we need in the description.
Yeah, I'm fascinated by this one specifically because I understand the expectation that if you booked a window seat, you would expect
I
a
need
window
a
next to
window.
you. But I have been in that seat before where you like fall between the two and you've just got a piece of plastic. But guess what? I'm team aisle anyway.
Okay.
Because I don't want to crawl over every other people. That's
just
we
you.
could have that debate too. All right, keep the comments coming on all of these stories that we have talked about so far in YouTube. We'll check those in just a minute. Coming up next, though, we're talking about the AI song that just hit #1 on the charts and why you may not even realize it's artificial
AI.
intelligence to begin with. We'll
I
be
know
right
that
back.
story.
Welcome back to Do You Like It or Not on this Thursday night. If you're watching on YouTube, I gotta give a shout out to producer Jim over here, because after that story that we had just done about window seats on airlines, he takes a shot of Reagan National Airport. There are a million shots he could have taken, live pictures, and he chose that one. In the meantime, let's check those YouTube comments. Jenny Lane says hi. Laura says, for me, I don't like communal tables, but I know there are a lot of lonely people out there these days, so maybe it has a purpose for them. Patricia, hi Fox, I don't care what time it is or where, I just like to eat. I respect that very, very much. Laura, again, I love stuffing and cranberry. That's all I make for Thanksgiving. Oh, and pumpkin pie, yeah. Pumpkin pie, justice for the pumpkin pies out there. Apple pies, all of them. No one mentioned dessert. Interesting, probably because most people are too full
to even get to
after all the sides to get to those desserts. All right, let's dive right back in.
All right, what's next?
And I say this in jest, but move over Beyonce because country has a new star apparently, and they just hit #1 on the Billboard charts. Take a listen.
You can kick rocks if you don't like how I talk. I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my walk. Ain't changing my tone, ain't changing my song. I was born this way, been loud too long. You can hate my style.
So that's the song Walk My Walk by Breaking Rust. But as you've probably surmised by the banner, it's entirely AI. The song dropped in mid-October. It has millions of streams already, and the quote-unquote band has tens of thousands of social media followers. But if you heard it and you didn't know that it was AI, if you had heard it before this on the radio, on Spotify, wherever, you're really not alone because a new survey shows almost no one can detect when a song was created with artificial intelligence. It was a survey of 9,000 people from 8 different countries. 97% of listeners could not tell the difference between human-composed songs and AI-generated music, and as a result, 3 out of 4 respondents said they want AI-generated tracks to be labeled as AI-generated, much like people want this for videos and other social media as well. So Khadijah, this idea of these AI songs, do you like this or not? Do you play them or not? Would you play them or not? Would you identify that they were before you played them?
First of all, we wouldn't even know if no one said it. So that's #1.
That's true.
2, I definitely think it should be labeled as AI or whoever the person is. And then 3, it's getting insane because people actually have a gift and a craft and talent working hard to do what they can do to get to #1, and now the computer can just go in there and just do it. I mean, AI is just taking over the world at this point. I mean,
it really is.
It's insane. It's really insane. It even reminds me of that other AI singer girl that was on the Gale show. So do I like it? It's great words, great lyrics.
Yeah.
I can relate.
Do you think we should have a literal separate radio
category.
station, like
Yes.
a category where
Yes.
you can tune in and, you know,
Yes.
this is an AI country song. We've heard AI R&B songs.
Absolutely.
Should there be just an AI station? Do you think there should be individual AI
Absolutely.
genres? Or should they just be part of their own, you know, if you
their
listen to a
own-
country station, can it be a mix of human and AI?
I just think it should just be an AI category in itself. It's just like when you go to an award show and they have hip hop, they have R&B, pop, AI, just in general AI. That's insane. Like, and they're climbing the charts and making the money. The people that's just typing in
It's for sure. Allison, would you seek out an AI song if you knew it was #1? If it just came on, do you think you would realize it? And would it make a difference to you? If it's a banger, it's a banger.
Yeah, I wouldn't realize it because listening to the clip you just played, that song was very hot. Like, I would not have known that was AI. Would I listen to it if I knew? No.
Exactly.
But one thing I think that they should do, it's like, first of all, what is the reason for this? What made somebody decide I'm an artist because I use a computer to make this noise? That's not it. If they're going to do anything, if they feel that that's what they're going to do, at least sell your song to an artist that has the skill to sing and do it that way. But if you're an AI person, you're not a singer. It's not the same thing at all.
Agreed.
Very, very fair. Chad, you've got your guitar out. So Wonderwall?
Chris, I don't like this at all.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
I'm going to be Dennis Leary in Demolition Man. I'm going to go underneath the sewers. I'm going to eat rat and listen to real music when the computers take over. So you guys can follow me. I'll be in the sewers in the future.
All right.
Taco Bell.
Fair enough. Oh, Maria, do you like this idea? I mean, if you heard an AI song, would you just enjoy it for what it is? Or do you think that it has no place being played alongside the kind of music that is made by humans?
It's painful to realize when something is made by AI.
Yeah.
I remember last week, I think it was, we talked about the AI artist. I think it's Zania Monet.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
that's the
after
one.
I realized that it was AI, I stopped listening to her music.
Same.
And so I think it completely it completely like renders null and void actual artists, writers and singers and composers and producers. And I really don't want the music industry to die. So I'm like, let's just limit AI to like everything else other than what people strive and work in sweat and tears to build, which is their music career.
Yeah.
So I would say, no more.
All right, Super KK, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us. You're up next. I don't know if you're still there. We're working on it in the meantime, but do you like this idea of AI music, and would you listen to it?
I'm sorry, I wouldn't. I don't like the idea. It takes away of the talent of the musician, you know, of the human. So I don't agree with that at all.
So let me ask you this. Final thought on this topic. The person who generated it, you don't need any necessarily musical talent. So could you, in theory, win a Grammy or something like? I mean, can you consider yourself an artist for making something that made, or giving the prompt that made a hit song?
No, that's just totally unfair. It's just like you're like skipping the hard work and the process of really grooming talent. And if that's the case, if you're gonna write music, give it to somebody legendary. Beyonce, Chris Brown. I mean, we have so many talented artists and people who are actually in their giving field that have the gift. It's just almost like, you know, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard.
I'm afraid that we have opened Pandora's box though, and there's really no way to kind of get it back in. All right, this next topic is going to be a little bit of a condensed version of it, Jim. So this next one comes straight from the Take It To executive producer, Jack Norcross, and I want you to take a quick listen.
Okay.
All right, listen, we're talking about something, we interact with it, we don't think about it, we look at it. We're talking about fonts, okay? Fonts. Do you have a hot take on fonts? Because I certainly do.
I mean, of all things that
So Jack went on to say that he hates the font Comic Sans, and then he called out one of our own producers here at Fox 5 who builds their rundowns exclusively in a font that he described as 6th grader level. Khadijah, do you have strong, passionate opinions about fonts?
I do not. I feel like at the end of the day, when we were in school, it was Times
New Roman.
So I don't understand. I just don't. I can care less.
You can care less?
It doesn't even.
All this makes me think of is like trying to extend an essay to fill a certain number of pages, and so you change the font to. There was another one that began with a C. David, do you remember what I'm talking about? That you would use to make like a 5-page essay look like a 9-page essay.
I know what C font I liked, which was Courier New.
That's the one.
That is it.
That is the one. Thank you so much. All right, we ran out of time, unfortunately, but thank you to everyone who joined us in the Lion Zoom room tonight. Thank you to my guest host, Khadijah Corey. You can catch her, Lit 106. Tell them when.
Every Saturday,
Every
10 a.m.
Saturday.
to 3. Follow me on Instagram, about.Khadijah.
Fox 5 News at 8 is next. Thanks for watching.